Hello everyone, this is Caravan RV Travel. My name is Konstantin. I couldn't believe my eyes when the Americans rolled out this beauty just for our video review, the Thor Omni SV34. This is a true American diesel motorhome, a real off-road giant with four-wheel drive. And when I stepped inside for the first time, I honestly felt like I'd entered some kind of futuristic spaceship. Now, this unit just came straight from the factory. It's already sold. This isn't a showroom demo, and normally, regular people are not allowed inside. But they made an exception for us, because we create professional reviews. Usually, fresh factory orders like this are strictly off limits. Today though, we get a rare look inside. But first, let's walk around the outside. This motorhome is built on a Ford 4X4 chassis. It's extremely powerful, and since it runs on diesel, you get massive torque with noticeably better fuel economy than gasoline engines. By the way, diesel RV prices in the US have recently dropped a bit compared to gas models, which is a pleasant surprise. Let's check out the passenger side. This awning is not just big, it is absolutely massive, stretching the full length of the coach. It extends automatically, retracts automatically, and gives you instant outdoor space. But there's something even more impressive. If you've ever owned an RV, you know the biggest danger with awnings is the wind. Strong gusts turn them into giant sails. They start flapping, bending, snapping, and in seconds they can break apart or even rip completely off. I've been there myself. One night, the trailer started shaking. The whole body rocked back and forth because the extended awning was catching the wind. My wife and I had to jump out of bed in the middle of the night, rush outside in the dark and freezing wind, and struggle to pull everything in before it was destroyed. But with this motorhome, it's different. This awning is smart. It actually senses the wind. As soon as the speed reaches more than 8 meters per second, it retracts automatically, all by itself, without you touching anything. You can be sound asleep and not even realize it happened. I once camped next to a man with exactly this system. While we were running around in the night, pulling on supports, tightening ropes, fighting the storm, his awning simply folded itself away. He didn't even wake up in the morning. He came out and everything was already safe. And under an awning like this, you can live in comfort no matter the weather. Rain, snow, blazing sun, it doesn't matter. You set up a table, you watch television, you have dinner with your family. And here, this is the propane tank, a big one. A huge tank that powers your heating system, lets you cook your meals inside the motorhome, run the stove, and so on. Now, here's why this setup is so convenient. When you drive up to a branded gas station to refill, they usually forbid filling small portable gas cylinders. But built-in propane tanks like this, they are allowed, so you'll never have a problem refueling. Yes, technically you can refill portable bottles too, but only at special stations, not the regular ones like this. And of course the outside kitchen, because really, what kind of American motorhome would this be without one? Just imagine, it's a hot summer day. You grab a cold bottle of beer, and instead of walking all the way inside, you just stay right here, outdoors. That's the beauty of it. And right next to it, an external gas connector for your grill. So if you have a gas barbecue, you don't need to drag around extra cylinders. No need to set anything up on the side. You just plug it in here, and the grill runs directly off the main propane tank. Simple, clean, convenient. Now let's move around and take a look from the other side. Of course, here we have the tow hitch, and I can almost guarantee 90% of owners use it to pull a small car behind the motorhome. That's completely normal in the US. It's almost expected. See, Europeans sometimes build giant RVs with a tiny garage inside. You drive a little car into it, and the car takes up precious living space. Honestly, it makes no sense. The Americans went the simpler, smarter way, a hitch to tow your shuttle car behind you. Now look here, the slide out. A huge one, running nearly the full length of the motorhome. We'll really feel its effect once we step inside. Next, a hatch, this one, for cables and hoses to hook up electricity, water, or to drain. Just practical storage. And here, everything related to waste tanks. This coach has a black water tank of about 300 liters. That means on a trip, You almost never have to think about emptying it. In European motorhomes, you're forced to dump the cassette daily, maybe every 2 days if you're lucky. But in this American rig, you can leave for a whole month, travel freely, and only empty the tank once you're back home. That's a huge advantage. Here's the diesel generator. It draws fuel directly from the main tank, and the smart system makes sure you never get stranded. Once the fuel level drops too low, the generator shuts itself off automatically, and the computer warns you. Because this is a 4x4 motorhome, you could drive deep into the wilderness, far from civilization. And the last thing you'd want is the generator burning through all your fuel overnight. So the system protects you, leaving enough diesel so you can always drive back. That's very clever engineering. And of course, more storage bays for all the gear you need. But honestly, I can't wait any longer. Let's go inside and see this spaceship from the inside. Remember, this motorhome just arrived from the factory. We're the very first people allowed to step inside. This motorhome is absolutely breathtaking. The moment I step inside, I honestly feel as if I'm boarding a presidential business jet. That's the impression you get immediately. Everything looks serious, solid, and luxurious. So let's take a closer look at what sets it apart from all the others. First of all, the build quality. The craftsmanship is outstanding. The furniture is not imitation, not pressed wood, but genuine, natural wood, carefully finished, perfectly assembled. But that's not even the highlight. Take a look at this alcove above the driver's cab. Normally you'd expect just a small sleeping corner, but here it's much more than that. And let me show you something truly unique. I've never seen this feature anywhere else. Watch closely. I press the remote control. And look, the entire ceiling panel opens up into a panoramic skyline. Just imagine taking this motorhome to Norway, parking in a quiet campsite, lying down in bed at night, and watching the northern lights dance above you. Yes, there are campsites with little domes for that. Tiny capsules where people lie on bunk beds just to see the aurora. But why stay in a cramped pod when here, inside your own luxury motorhome, you can lie comfortably in your bed, gaze at the stars, watch the clouds drift by. And for the person lucky enough to have this bedroom, there's also a private television. It can be used just for this space or rotated to face the kitchen and lounge area so you can share it with everyone. Honestly, every single section here could be a separate video review. There are so many details, so much technology built into this coach that it feels like the best engineers in the world have poured their expertise into the design. Now, the chassis itself is a Ford. I won't spend too much time on it, but here's what I like. It's a proper automatic transmission, not some robotic, semi-fake gearbox. A multifunction steering wheel, 4-wheel drive with the ability to switch to 2-wheel drive, a proper low-gear mode for off-road driving. In other words, a real Ford. Dependable, proven, and powerful. Now let's look at the dinette area. This table can transform into a sleeping bed. Please show us how it works. Done in just a few seconds, and with almost no effort. That's the mark of quality. Every piece fits together perfectly. The assembly is precise, and you can feel the craftsmanship in every movement. And here's the new bed. Now, let's count the total number of sleeping spaces in this motorhome. Here, 1, maybe 2 people. Over there, another 1 or 2. Then the alcove bedroom, another 2. So let's be realistic. Minimum 5 people can sleep here with comfort. But if needed, you could fit 6, maybe even 7. All the kids or a group of friends, there's enough space for everyone. Now, let me show you something else about the main bed. Right now it's in night mode. But with just one lever, watch this. It transforms into day mode. And you can adjust the angle to any position you like. It's flexible, it's practical, and it adds a lot of comfort. And finally, at the rear, 2 large wardrobes made entirely of real wood. And the smell You know that fresh scent of a brand new piece of fine furniture? That's exactly what fills this motorhome. It feels like stepping into a high-end furniture showroom. It's wonderful. Now, the television here, it's fine, but honestly, for such a luxurious bed, I think the owner might eventually want to upgrade it to a bigger screen. And look at this refrigerator, it's huge, easily large enough for a family of 7. Right now it's still wrapped in factory plastic, with the official documents stored inside. Then we have the cooking area. 2 gas burners plus 1 induction plate. And check out this massive microwave, it comes standard, not an option, but standard equipment. Air conditioning, not 1, but 2 units. At first, I guessed, but yes, confirmed. 2 full A divided by C systems, stretching across the entire length of the roof. And with diffusers around the ceiling, they distribute either cold or warm air, depending on what you need. Now take a look at the shower. It's huge. American motorhomes are known for having big showers. But still, this one is remarkable. I can honestly say I'm the very first person to even open this door. Nobody else has stepped inside it before me. Brand new, untouched. And just look at this countertop. It's enormous. In European motorhomes, you usually get a tiny strip of workspace. It ends almost as soon as it begins. But here, it goes on and on. You could prepare barbecue skewers, carve chickens, cook steaks for a whole crowd, and still have room left over. For anyone who enjoys cooking, this is absolute paradise. And let's not forget, this is a diesel, 4-wheel drive, off-road motorhome. The living module alone is 10 meters and 30 centimeters long, and it offers 7 sleeping places. Now think about that combination. 7 beds, diesel, 4x4, and still significantly cheaper than a German B-Mobil. It's more comfortable, more advanced, and in many ways more practical. That's why the Thor Omni SV34 has surpassed all of its competitors. Every single one. You simply won't find anything better in this category, anywhere in the world. So now when people ask me, is there really a motorhome that's diesel 4-wheel drive and offers 5, 6, even 7 sleeping places? I can confidently say yes. Yes, such a motorhome exists. And here it is, the Thor Omni SV34.